the first guy here with the V?
Maybe.
Yeah, because V's are like awkward when you fucking like.
You know, practicing sitting down it fucks me up because when I stand up, it's just my hands in a different position. So I always, very rarely do I sit down and play unless I'm just at home with an acoustic and just kind of noodling around.
Okay.
But I mean, this is, if I can drop it down into a spot, that's kind of cool. Remember the...
What the heck is that?
It's the Sustainiac. It's the feedbacker pedal. And watch when you put some fucking sauce on it. It's fucking so good.
Sauce it up, dude. Oh, wow.
And it has 2 settings on it. You can go... that kind of pitches it up. You hear it pitch up like an octave. And then you can... And it holds the same note.
Whoa, dude.
And I'll do like octave shit like... Sounds better with this. It's like an EBO. It just vibrates the string.
It's like a pickup version of an EBO.
Yeah,
I never really
that's
thought
what it
about it
is.
that way until you said that.
Yep. Pretty cool.
You know what? I didn't really hit me until right now. What is a Sustainiac? Like what kind of pickup is it?
I don't know. I don't even know if that's what this one is. I don't think it is. I don't know what brand this one is, but I know that Sustainiac is one of them. This is just a sustainer. I don't know. I had Fender put it in, or Jackson put it in.
Yeah,
And,
what
Carrie has...
Sustainiac.
Carrie has one. So if you hear at the beginning, and I brought this when I went out with Slayer, I said, I got to bring this for...
Yeah, dude.
There it is. Then he hits it.
Oh, dude. Oh, that's sick.
So I said, I gotta bring it with to play with that part, you know. But he uses it a lot. Kerry has them in all his guitars, and so like his solos, he'll throw that on, and it gets extra sauce.
That's pretty sauced up, dude.
That's pretty cool.
Phil, DEMMEL, thank you for being here, man. We're chugging already.
We're chugging already.
Yeah.
Already chugging.
Already chugging, dude.
Premature chuggulation.
Demolition. So you're 10 weeks sober, correct?
I think, what's today? Today's like the 26th.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call it like 10 or 11 weeks, I think. Mid-April was the last time. And I'm not saying it's going to be the last time. I'm saying I'm on a timeout.
Timeout.
I hate to do the never again or I'm over and I'll never blah, blah, blah. But it's healthy, like I had to check myself.
58 was...
Just turned 58.
Just turned 58.
Yeah, man.
Born in 67.
Born in 67. Great year.
Okay, so you're not doing like the last one ever.
No.
Are you trying to find like a new, like what are you trying to do?
I don't like the party to end, and Marta's funny. Marta said to say hello, by the way. And
hey, Marta.
We own a bar, and sometimes we'll go down.
In Dublin, correct?
Yeah, in Dublin, California, called the Back Lounge.
The Back Lounge.
And we sometimes we'll go there. Not often, maybe once in a month. But we'll go down on a karaoke night. It's a fun night.
Yeah.
And it'll be time to go because we've got kids. Mm-hmm. You gotta wake up with the kids. That
yeah.
You just don't miss that. And they'll be it's time to go, and I'll like pout like a 12-year-old or something. It's just like time to go. I don't want to go. Have fun, And so things just got a little too crazy for a 58-year-old to be, acting the way I was, and a business owner, and it's like I needed to I checked out of social media for a month, 3 weeks, something.
That must have felt good.
I checked out, and it was nice to kind of focus on, being present for my family and making some healthier decisions. I still eat horribly.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
starting with that, you got to, it's baby steps.
Baby steps, man.
Yeah.
How many drinks is it for you that is your gateway?
I don't. I guess I can be a casual drinker. It depends on the setting, but am I? You picking this up? This is good.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Cara King band.
Now,
there's some drinkers.
Still,
they don't rage. There's not raging going on, but it's
Yeah.
But there's no pressure to drink and hang. It's an invitation. It's an open invitation to hang out and if you fuck up during the show, you got to do your penalty shots for of Jaeger and vitamin J.
I heard rumors of the penalty shot.
Yeah,
is it still happening?
It's still happening.
Oh my gosh,
for sure.
And you will fuck up on purpose.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you don't have to. The vitamin J flows in abundance in that world.
Dude, how many shots of Jameson are you doing?
Jameson or Jaeger?
Oh, it's Jaeger.
Yeah, it's Jaeger.
Still Jaeger?
It's Jaeger. Yeah.
Dude, how are you? Oh no.
Yeah. No, not. I mean, probably a couple on a bad night.
Okay.
But it's pretty loose, and even if I'm not drinking, then I won't do it because I don't really enjoy it, But if I fucked up bad, then it's like, yeah, I gotta. I mean, I don't feel like I'm. I mean, I am an alcoholic, probably, but
probably,
but I don't have to drink though. It's not. I don't have the itch to. It makes me different when I do drink. So I think maybe in that aspect that it changes my behaviors, but I'm not sure what all the criteria is for being an alcoholic. So I don't want to say that I'm not, but I've gone on timeouts for two and a half years at a time, and then drank a little bit I think it's when I turned 50, and then I went back, on so there's like a period of 7 years where I had like maybe 5.5 years that I didn't drink. So, but when I do, it's like, we're having a good time.
Yeah.
And we're swinging from the chandeliers and we're singing Journey songs.
Yep.
And we're we're gonna have
Elton
a good
John.
Yes, we will do Elton John. We will do all the good stuff.
So how are you feeling now?
I feel good.
You feel good?
I feel good.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I've been running for the better part of the past 10 years, and I ran last year on my birthday. I ran 15 miles, which is the longest I've gone
in one day.
And in one. I mean, I walked not a lot of it, but some of it. So I'd go 2 miles and walk a quarter mile, go another 2 or 3, then walk up.
Oh, sick.
So but it was over a half marathon at one go. It took me like 3.5 hours. It was pretty slow, but
why'd you do 15 miles?
Because I wanted to.
Because you wanted to. Just because you wanted to.
I'm turning 57. I'm going to go do half. I wanted to do a half marathon on that. And, it wasn't like I trained for it, but I've been running 3 or 4 times a week, and I'll go anywhere between 2 and like 7 miles a day.
Dude, how are your knees doing?
I'm good, actually.
You really?
The knees are good. The back. I golf a lot. So it's, that has been kind of fucking with me. And that's almost heartbreaking, and it's like, I can't golf because my back hurts,
If you can't golf because your back, how bad is your back, man?
It's
right?
lower back it's just the final finishing motion. Do you golf? Did we talk that you golf, right?
Yes.
So your finishing motion and that stretch right there kind of limits, and so I will work through some pain to fucking golf, bro.
Yeah, because it's a chill sport, but the rotation of your spine is there. Like no matter how you go soft, but you are like rotating like your lower back, probably the most.
And as a golfer, that it's like, just swing easy. Yeah, you just got to swing easy, and then you fucking swing as hard as you can coming through the ball.
But then you pull out that driver.
Yeah.
And you get horned up.
Oh my god. Oh, I just bought a new one too.
You bought
a new driver. I did.
Callaway.
Okay. Is it the A1 smoke? The smoke.
A1 is pull up the A1 smoke.
Let's see what we got. Yeah, I've been Callaway drivers for quite a while.
Oh, now. The artwork is sick.
Oh yeah, it looks cool as fuck. There you go.
Dude, you can't swing easy when the driver's called smoke.
Come on, it's the smoke. It's the smoke.
That's
And
like
I can smoke it, man. I can, but that's probably the most inconsistent part of my game is getting off the tee.
What's the degree on that?
I have it at 10.5.
10.5. Nice.
It's 9.5, but then I got it +1 to bring it to 10.5.
Okay.
So,
how'd you get into golfing?
My dad golfed a lot. He wasn't that good, but he would go off for like work tournaments and stuff, and I'd drive the cart for him and got to playing and caught the bug early. And
how old were you?
I was probably like maybe 10.
Oh, I didn't know that young.
Mm-hmm. But it's been off and on. When I joined. I mean, Vio-lence took up some of my time, but I still golfed a lot. But then joined Machine Head, and it wasn't a lot of time for. I was before I joined Machine Head in the interim between Vio-lence or whatever. I was, playing pickup basketball 3 times a week and going down and playing at the park, and I'd go snowboarding, and I was golfing, and so pretty active in that sense.
Yeah.
And then joined the band, and
it's over.
And then you're not playing that as much. No.
Nuh-uh. Hey, Phil, I kind of want to start from day one.
Yeah.
Okay, you down?
Absolutely.
Okay, we're gonna go on a quick journey. Hey, Jay, pull up the first photo.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me.
You know what today is? Oh, we'll get to that.
Today is your son's 19th birthday, correct?
Yeah, that is correct. But
cool.
we'll get to what today is. Is that Dublin Gemco?
Okay, what is this?
Oh my God.
What memories do you? Is this it? Is this the actual Gemco that you went to?
I'd leave that up to whoever pulled up the picture. But if that's the Dublin Gemco, then that is where I bought my first guitar.
I think so. I think
that's it. That's it. That's the one. It's now a Target, but that is where it was like a membership store.
Okay.
And you had to go in with somebody that had a card. Like you had to belong, and you didn't have to pay any dues. But so, I mean, if you're a kid, you didn't have one, so you kind of just piggybacked on some other family. You just kind of walked close with them and just walked in with them.
Yeah.
It was a department store, and they had like a music section, and they had guitars hanging on the wall. Except for they're just knockoffs. They didn't have any. There's no. I didn't even know who made it. The first guitar, but it was like a Les Paul wannabe.
For like $42.
It was $42, man. Yeah.
Dang.
And my parents, because I always wanted to play music, man. And Kiss was my band, and Elton John was my first record. And but I wanted to perform, but I also wanted we'd throw these Kiss concerts in the backyard.
Yeah.
And me and my buddies would put on the makeup, and I wanted a drum set, so I got good at doing the Kiss logo, and then we wrap it with aluminum foil, so it shined, and I wanted to have a bass drum to put it on. So I was like, hey, I want to play drums, So my parents bought me this toy little kit, and it's just like, it's just too much stuff going on. I'd like stick. That's why I'm a snowboarder, because I don't like the skis and all the parts. I just want a slab of wood and just me and them. And
and drummers are weird too, so you don't want to.
I know.
So
everybody funny, man.
Yeah. Is this it right here?
Oh, no, that isn't it. It kind of looked. That's pretty funny though. Well done, Gemco.
Gemco, dude. So it was kind of like a combination of like a Target and like a Sam's Club, Costco.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they had a music department, and they sold the 8-tracks because I'm old. This is the
I got it. This is
70s, mid 70s.
Yeah.
And so they have the cassettes and everything with the big plastic things on it, so you can't rip them off. And on the wall was this guitar, and it was $42, man. And I had a paper route at the time, delivering the Oakland Tribune. And my dad said, "Okay, you get up half. You get half, and we'll match
the other half."
Yeah, and they did.
That's
man.
great.
Fucking Gemco. That's great, man. Yeah, I kind of welled up when I saw that. I'm, oh my God.
How old are you when you were doing the paper route?
I was doing the paper route like maybe 10 or 11 years old. Because I wasn't quite maybe in junior high. I think I was about to go to junior high school. So started when I was 11 playing guitar. And I remember distinctly, like, I broke a string, and so I bought a new string. I didn't know anything about the gauges, but when I was stringing it up, I was looking down from the headstock, so my head's here, and I'm tightening it up.
Yeah.
And it snapped, and the ball of the string hit me right here, almost fucking snapped right into my eye. I'm like, I guess I shouldn't be changing the string in this direction.
Almost got your freaking eye, dude.
Yeah, totally. So dumb. So dumb.
Okay, so you're listening to Elton John. You're watching the Osmonds on TV, and then did you
Hold on. First concert, Donnie Marie Osmond at the Oakland Arena.
Really?
Yeah, Donnie Marie Osmond with the Osmonds at the arena. It's my first musical show that I went to. My next door neighbor, Brian Hogan.
Was that your cousin?
Nope.
No.
And my next door neighbor, Brian Hogan, was in love with Marie Osmond. Like
Okay.
that was his imaginary girlfriend in class, Marie Osmond. That's right, Brian Hogan.
Oh, wow.
And so he loved her, and we liked the show, and my sister liked. So my dad took us all to that show.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, the Osmonds. But at that time, I was listening to, like, my cousin that you mentioned, Ron, next door, he was older, like 4 years older, and he had Foghat and Aerosmith and Ted Nugent, AC/DC, and so
rigged up.
He's showing me these records, and I'm like, oh, what's this?
Just getting horny.
Totally. And so that's what I heard Angus play.
You talk a lot about Angus.
Yeah. He's the reason why I wanted to play guitar. He's the, hearing, it was the live record, If You Want Blood. And just hearing him, it's like, oh, this guy, you feel all his emotions through his guitar, and I kind of identified with that, with like, that's what I want to do. You didn't have the best voice. I can sing a little bit, but it was like, that is a way to, emote musically.
Yeah. So you kind of got it from him, like whatever you're thinking or feeling, that's what's going to come out.
Yeah. Totally. It was a conduit from your.
I'm mad. I'm sad.
Yes, exactly.
I'm drunk. I'm
pissed. You can tell.
Yeah, you kind of tell. The magic between him and Malcolm is just.
Yeah. It's my favorite band. If there was one band, that's my band. That's the band I would pick.
Really?
Yep.
So you're probably just learning all those tunes.
For the most part. Yeah, for the most part. He gave me Kiss Alive, and that was like, Kiss was the band that made me want to be in a band, perform, but Angus was the guy that made me want to play guitar. So, talent shows at school, 4th grade. My fourth grade talent show, first time ever on stage.
Fourth grade.
There was a song called Convoy by C.W. McCall, and it's mid-70s, man. So
mid-70s,
okay.
So
it's all this guy's the dark of the moon on the 6th of June in a Kenworth pulling logs, cab over Pete with the reefer on. It's like hillbilly rap on a CB radio, and he's talking all his, talking all this CB speak. So I was behind a cardboard truck, talking on the CB and rapping along to this record.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the movie. That's the movie. Yeah.
Dude, what was your theme song?
That's it. This is a different version though. No, this is different. That's a different version. Yeah. Because it was an R-rated movie, so you could curse.
Oh.
I had the 45, see the 45 of it. And that was, there he is. C.W. McCall.
Oh, this is serious.
Come on.
Dude, this is intro. Snare intro.
That's a Convoy.
Where are we going right now, man?
You ready? It's the dark of the moon on the 6th of June in a Kenworth pulling logs. Cab over Pete with a reefer on and a Jimmy hauling hogs. We were heading for Bear about a mile out of Shaky Town. I said, Pigpen, this here's a rubber duck, and I'm about to put the hammer down. It's Shaky Town, man.
Okay.
Where's Shaky Town? That's L.A.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
About a mile out of Shaky Town.
That's sick, dude.
So that was my first time on stage.
4th grade.
Yeah.
Dude, those glasses are pretty serious, too.
C.W. McCall. Versus sakes alive. Dave McClain would love the fact that we're talking about Convoy right now.
Is that like both your like?
Well, he remembers it well. He knows it. He would sing it right along with me.
You guys are around the same age, correct?
He's a couple years older.
Okay.
I think he might be turning.
Did Dave already hit 60?
I think this year. 10/22.
That's when you're gonna start drinking again. I have a thing. Sometimes I predict the
When
future.
I'm 60.
I'm
probably gonna drink before that. Oh, I probably will. I'll drink before 60. I don't. It's like I said, man. It's just that I don't want to put a time on it, and I just want to just ride it out and feel okay. And it's mostly being responsible the next day.
What's up, everybody? Finally, we are on Patreon. If you're tired of waiting for Mondays, you can now get access to episodes early. And if you're curious what happens before or after the podcast, Patreon will offer you behind-the-scenes footage. And with social media, YouTube getting kind of crazy, it's impossible to reply to everybody. You get access to our Discord. And Discord will be the only place where I will be actively replying to everyone in our community. And I'll be doing exclusive live streams with other surprises. Head over to patreon.com/Garza podcast. That's patreon.com/Garza podcast. Or click the link in the description below. And now back to our conversation with Phil DEMMEL.
We have a cover band at home. It's all my friends in this huge community of about almost 100 people that played the last Christmas show. 100 people. We played almost 70 songs.
70 songs.
All classic rock, all the bunch of hits and Journey and AC/DC and Sabbath and Foreigner and, So we get some dudes that come out. Dean Castanova from Journey came out and jammed with us. Brad Gillis jammed with us. Yeah, it's fucking cool. When people are around, it's super fun. And
that's like the most drinking environment
ask
for.
Totally. We do one at the bar, which we did last week.
Okay.
Last week. I didn't drink, but like we had, anyway, it's 80 capacity bar. We probably had 300 people.
Oh my
like
goodness.
spilling out in the back, and it was like a block party with, oh, there you go. Holy crap.
This it?
This is 4th of July last year.
Yeah, this definitely looks like a 80 cap room.
Dave Rude from Tesla came.
Let me put on my glasses real quick. Let me put on my glasses.
Because the set list is like this. Oh, that's Rancid, Matt Freeman. I'm from Rancid, playing bass.
But here you're drinking last year.
I was drinking last year, yes.
just from looking at your face, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, probably Tony's up there, and he's like, he's from a band called State Line Empire, but he does all the Chris Cornell, and he's doing Brian Johnson here. What do you do for money, honey? So he does all the super high stuff, and So I mean, waking up from that and just being, I'm just tired. I'm not hungover. I didn't,
Yeah.
I didn't drink. I didn't, do drugs last night. It's like, I'm just tired and I can deal with that. Cause then I get in my own head. It's just like, oh my God, what did you do last night? And it's just a whole.
Where's my wallet at?
Right. War inside my fucking head.
Yeah. Where's my phone? Where's my keys?
What did I do? Who do I need to call and apologize to today?
It's a great feeling when you kind of don't participate in the drinking. You're like, I wish I was, but when you wake up the next day, you're like, this is sick though.
Yeah,
this is fucking sick. I feel great.
How old are you now?
39.
Okay, so you're getting to where you don't bounce back like you used to, man.
Nah. You know what's a problem is the seltzers. I think there's something in them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like cause you get older and you're a guy. You're like, okay, I want to fucking slim down.
Right.
I'll get seltzers. Dude, I have 3 seltzers. Wake up feeling like shit.
Oh man.
But I was like, I'm testing the theory.
Is there a bunch of sugar in those?
I don't know what's in there, dude. All the seltzers, but then I have this normal beer. I have 3-4 beers. Wake up fine.
Yeah. There's something.
I wonder there's
something going on. I don't. We sell them at the bar.
I wonder if there's something to them, man. I mean, I think it's too early to tell.
Yeah.
But I think there's something in seltzers. I'll go out and say that.
I wouldn't doubt it.
No.
I wouldn't doubt it for a second.
Like, do you liquor like a shot and then this actual beer? Do you wake up again? Good. But again, like you're right. The bounce back is not as
can't recover. Like, just can't, and it's weird. The last summer, out with Carrie, and we opened for that Mastodon Lamb of God amphitheater run.
Yeah.
And I mean,
every day
we're not sound checking, and we're done by
no responsibility.
7:30. It's like I don't gotta wake up. I don't. We had some good times on that. It was this Carrie band is a bunch of great dudes, man.
Congrats on that gig, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Pretty cool.
It's good seeing you out there.
Thanks, man.
Ripping.
Yeah, I don't want to play my guitar with anybody these days. It's been really, super busy,
Yeah. How did that gig happen?
Well, the day after I had my last Machine Head show, I got called from Carrie to go play with Slayer.
The day after?
Yeah.
Around there?
What the hell? I woke up the next day.
What the heck? Life is it's so weird, dude.
If you don't know the story, I'll tell you the story.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Let's go on a journey.
I quit Machine Head and basically just left. We were supposed to do a video. There was a tour plan. And I said, I'm just done. And Dave ended up leaving the next day. And
that I'm
so
aware of.
we were like, me and Rob had talked about what are we going to do. I said, I don't want to do the video. I don't want to be part of something that I'm not going to be a part of. And so it's kind of left to, like, if you want to get somebody to replace me for the tour, then do that. And, I texted him the next day. And I'm like, it's a dick move to bail on the tour.
And then you and Dave end up still doing it.
We ended up doing it. So we do this last run. The last show's local-ish Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
And Marta comes down. She's been home with the kids. Did we buy the bar? We have the bar. So she's been holding the fort down. It's been rough. I'm coming home, babe. It's the last show. You come down, get a ride. I'll drive us home through the mountains in Santa Cruz.
I hate that drive.
Yeah,
dude.
it's so fucked. And so come down, party, let loose. It's our last show. We get down and do it. And during the set, there's this point during Killers and Kings where I see her like smoking pot with some random, she's smoking pot. She's already hammered, she's in the pit, she's pitting. And I see a commotion in front of me, like, what's happening up front? And then our friend Jennifer Alexander's all, it's Marta. Like, she's up there, like, and remember Mud Billy?
Of course.
Yeah, so Mud had this, hunting and fishing, one eye's up here and one eye's down here. I saw her and she was just fucking cross-eyed and I'm all, oh my God, she's a wreck. So it's Halo, it's the last song, me and Dave's last song of our Machine Head career, and they're making her way up the stairs, and I'm watching this as we're saying goodbye, and she's upstairs with my cousins, and apparently she was throwing up upstairs. So me and Dave say our goodbyes. We go backstage, and they wheel her back on this road case, like just white and just throwing up all over the place. And so I'm all, great. I mean, I don't want to hang out. It's just this awkward moment. It's just like I pulled my car up, made the Dexter kill room out of it with towels and shit, pile her in. See you later. Drive her home through the mountains of Santa Cruz.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Get home, wake up the next morning, and she's like, oh my God, I'm home, babe. Here we are. We're ready to, literally, this is no bullshit. Get my phone. She's still in bed. And I look at it, and it's a text from Carrie. And it's like, hey, any chance you can be in Germany in a couple of days? And I dropped my phone on the bed. I just went, I'm like, making sure, let me read it right now. Hey, maybe there's a chance that you might, or blah, blah, blah. But it's just like, I text them back. He's like, no, we need you, like as soon as possible. And I show her the text, She's like, you got to go. You got to go.
Yeah, because unfortunately, Gary's father was dying, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, he was in his last stages, and Gary wanted to go home and spend some time with him, which was, it's it's really fortunate that he had the chance to do that though, and have that goodbye.
Yeah.
You know, so I, you know, and as he's telling me that, I'm like, send me the set list now, like now, send me the set list. And so I don't even unpack. I haven't even unpacked for the Machine Head tour. I just took the same suitcase, was listening to songs. I mean, I knew the hits from the first 4 records, but there was 19 songs. And it's like, I need to know the structure. So I'm just making notes, made a playlist, get on the plane, just listening over and over and over again, making notes. And what's the point of this? Slayer. Yes. Yeah. How'd I get the gig? So, yeah, making notes. Think I'm good. Mm-hmm. I'll get my guitars. I got a day. My guitars don't show up.
Oh, no.
My guitars don't show up. I'm calling Lamb of God guys. I'm calling Anthrax guys. I'm calling Obituary guys. All their guitars. It's a day off. And so all their guitars are on the trucks. You know, nobody's got a guitar. Kerry has one guitar, but it's in drop B. It's his Payback guitar. You know, so it's... I can work on Payback, but so I end up taking his drop B guitar and transposing songs that I'm watching. No. I'm YouTubing, I'm ultimate tabsing, and I'm like, okay, it's here, and then watching to see who's doing what leads and stuff. So it was insane. And then, but eventually was ready to go and pulled it off, and it was really good, man. It was really good. If you're ever presented in that type of situation, you'll do what needs to be done. People say, "Oh, I couldn't do it." And I said, like, yeah, you would. You would do it.
If you were in a spot and you're just like sitting there, just listening to the songs and just looking.
If you knew you had to do it, like I felt I had to do it. I was like stepping out of this career. I mean, that is an amazing gig. Playing guitar for Machine Head is an amazing gig, and leaving that. I needed to do this. This was a statement of, I couldn't let this opportunity go. Slayer's the reason why I play heavy music. Saw them in 1984, and I could have been in a more pop band or a more commercial band, but I heard Slayer. It's just like, I'm going to go this way. And then I joined Vio-lence my senior year of high school, so they steered me this way. So it was a whole full circle thing with that band.
What a roller coaster. You probably thought like, oh, this is my last show for a while. And then it goes from that to...
I didn't know what was going to happen. I've been gainfully employed since that paper route, So for most of my career in Machine Head, I was a union carpenter.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like, one is, did you ever quit your job to join the band? Because I think I found something like you were working on Locust and you were a construction worker.
Yeah.
And literally, like, you were it was 4:30 a.m. and you literally hummed the chorus riff.
I did.
And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I got that. I still have it on my phone.
You still have it?
Mm-hmm.
That's sick, dude. So I was thinking, so at this point, like, the Black and already came out. I'm like, damn, dude, he's a construction worker at 4:30 a.m. Mm-hmm. So you get out of that whole probably crazy cycle.
Yeah.
I mean, talking like Metallica tours.
Yeah.
And you going straight back to construction.
And go back to work. Every time I'd come back from a tour, I'd go back to work.
I didn't know that.
I had a job installing commercial doors and frames like this, and handles and closers, and I worked my way up through the companies I was at to be a project manager, be a superintendent of all the installers. So
okay.
I worked in the office, but I'd go out in the field sometimes, and so the guy that owned the company didn't want to lose me, so he let me come and go because he could cover it when I was gone. So he I was really fortunate to. Cool. I felt I was pretty good at that, at my job, and so did he. So he valued me enough to keep me on when I came home. So, and he also liked the novelty of, here's our guy, who plays in this band, and so it was good for him too.
So you're just installing doors, just thinking of riffs.
Yeah, and I still do that. I'll be driving, and I'm sure you do that too. You just go, I got something, and you throw it down. But that was the Locust one, and I think the Darkness That was one of those as well. So then we wrote that into the song because I was doing it on the guitar. I figured it out on the guitar. So and then it became the whole sing along. That whole sing along came from me in the morning, humming it into my phone.
How do you do that? Because even I struggle with that. Like you put down like your riff, but trying to get it out of your head and then play it the way that you hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Even now, it's still really, really hard.
It is hard, and sometimes it doesn't work.
It doesn't work sometimes.
Yeah, because sometimes you're hitting like notes that aren't there, the Marty Friedman notes, the notes that don't exist.
What's that note? I'm hearing that. What is that? I'm trying to fucking play it.
It's not a note.
How did you actually accomplish that with this particular riff?
I just, I heard it and then I just found where they were and kind of maybe shifted it down so it fit into the machine head tuning because the machine head tuning is 40 cents sharp or whatever, like a quarter step. It's weird.
Yeah, so
you can't play along to those records unless you're tuned up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what the quad can't do.
No. Well,
can you? I don't know.
You know what I do is, here's my pitch shifter. And I think you can go sets.
Oh.
Is this up?
That's what that's for. That's what that's for. Wow.
There you go. You can. There's your machine head tuning. Just go to 40.
Okay, it's a pitch. So it's pitch.
That's it.
So it is the pitch find.
Yeah. It's fine tuner. That's those in between steps.
All right, so how many would it be?
I think it's 40 cents. And that might be that. I think the Pantera did it. So if you're turned to E. Well, that's actually, that song's in D, I think.
Is it?
Yeah. So
is it the same thing though? So it's like D, but it's like a weirder.
Okay, so that's E, your E flat, so you're D now. And then you I don't know if you subtracted it going that way. Is that making it? I don't know. Crazy.
Holy crap,
Crazy,
dude!
Right?
That is sick.
I mean,
okay,
yeah.
Dude. Well, Demolition taught me a new setting for the quad cortex. I really appreciate that, man.
Hey, no worries, man. This is the because with these Merkins tunes that we do, we do Tom Petty songs that are like he uses a capo on, and so we need to you could just go right here instead of having all the guitars in different tunings.
I know, it is boom lower.
Yeah, you're just right there. I love it. So good. We did what did we do the other day? We did what do we half steps? I think we're right here. We did with my son playing. We did.
Dude, even though it sounds easy, that like the actual strumming pattern looks weird, and I know I can't play that.
And then
I can't.
It's fucking
that's
good
weird.
And heavy. Yeah, they're weird.
That is a weird riff.
He's an amazing guitar player. Josh?
Well, shout out to Josh.
I'm down 3. So I'm in C right now.
1, 2, 3. And just like that.
Yeah, just like that. So it's like that. Like an E minor. Up. You are so not used to playing in this tuning.
Okay. Also, just so anyone listening and watching, I'm playing a 6-string. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Oh shit.
So it's so that's 5.
Hey, Jordan. So. There you go. Then the thingy goes. That's so
hard.
good, right?
That's hard, dude.
And then he throws in these. Then he throws in.
What the hell is that?
And then he does like a weird bend. That's the riff. Oh, yeah. What you do to me? No one knows. Oh, then yeah, it's like is it a shuffle? I think it's a shuffle.
I don't know what the hell it is.
It's that Van Halen Pantera fucking shuffle that you can't. It's really hard, man. Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh yeah, that.
The shuffle. It's fucking. It's not.
It's like
easy.
how do they do that?
Yeah, crazy, right? Good riff though. What's the other one?
Dude, George Holmes, shout out, man.
Yeah.
Sick.
Fucking A. I think that's the whole song. It does the bass line. Matt Freeman played it for us at that Merkins gig, and he's just so sick, man. Matt is so good.
Dude, that one riff you hummed,
mm-hmm.
Like how do you even? I guess I get another question I have is, how do you even start to go from like a hum riff on your phone to actually playing it? What are you doing?
Let me see if I got one that I haven't worked out.
Maybe that's what I'm missing. Like, how do I start? Because I was like fuck around. Like, it's not even sounding like.
Let me see if I got anything. You know what I did? I think I just did one on the way down here too. Yeah, look, 57 South. Let's see what this is. Okay, so that is. I'm trying to work out this category 7 thing for tomorrow. So I don't think I'm. So I'm doing the note is wrong, but I want to go. Oh, I'm in. That's because this is on. So bow no. So it's then there it is. It's a full step. I'm working this out.
Yeah,
this is how I do it.
So, I love this. I love
it. So it's in. I think this one's in drop tuning. I can't do that on this guitar, but. And so I'm gonna have Mike. I'm gonna go blow no, blow no, blow no, blow. So it's gonna be row reboot, you know. So go 3 fret. So it's chromatic all the way down.
Interesting.
So and then that's how I do it. You find the notes, and I think I've got a pretty good. I'm not pitch perfect, but I've got a pretty good ear for notes. Like we'll be watching something, and something will come on. I'm like, oh, that sounds like E, F, A or something like that. I'll pick up a guitar, and Mars. Oh, how do you fucking do that? How do you? It's.
I can't do that yet.
Yeah. So I mean, that's kind of an idea. of finding those. Let me see if I got a riff in here. What's this one?
You're a shot. You're a shot.
No, see, those are just guitar riffs.
I'll do that too.
There you go.
Oh, you're just ripping all day.
Oh, that one's a good one. Ooh, rockin' riff.
Were you drinking in that one?
those little. Oh, you know what that was?
What?
Those are the riffs that I just did the Sweetwater thing.
Oh, really?
They called me up and Phil X. Do you know who Phil X is?
Mm-hmm.
So he was supposed to do this thing with Billy Sheehan.
Yeah.
And he got called to do this Stanley Cup thing to play with Triumph, the band Triumph.
Yeah.
Little band called Triumph from Canada. And so he went to do that. So I got a call, hey, we need you out here in a couple of days.
Yeah.
It seems to be the thing, right?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, of course, what do you need? And he said, we need a guitar player to jam with Billy Sheehan and Tommy Aldridge, who is in Ozzy's band with Randy Rhoads, my fucking hero. And so I'm like, do you know who you called, right? Yeah, of course, you don't want the gig. Of course I do, but you know what I can do. And so me and Billy were like the house band for this drum fest. And they had Tommy Aldridge, Art Cruz from Lamb of God, Nick Collins, who was Phil Collins' kid, prog drummer, and this gospel drummer. His name was Calvin, fucking A. It's not Calvin Rogers. Forgot your name, Calvin. But amazing gospel drummer. And so they wanted me to write riffs and present them to Billy and the drummer.
Nice.
And flesh them out as a jam.
Yeah.
So those were the jams that I was recording at midnight the night before we were to do this the next day. It's like, I got to come up with these riffs to play with these legends, And so those were the riffs that I was doing.
That's right. So you're still doing it.
Yeah, dude, I am. It's crazy.
You've been doing it for a long time, man.
I know.
Literally, are you the founder of Vio-lence or the co-founder? Because it started in '85, correct?
85. I joined a band in high school called Death Penalty.
I was going to bring up that name. Why did you switch a band name? That's kind of a cool name too.
It was kind of cool, but at that time, everybody had death in their name.
Oh, that's the issue.
Death was rampant, and it was just another death band. And
yeah,
dealers of death, and whatever. So our drummer Perry, my second gig with them, we changed our name to Vio-lence. It was June 1st. It was like a kegger party for my high school. I was graduated that year, so it's like high school party. Vio-lence's first show.
High school party. I'm just
Kegger.
born.
You're just
Kegger.
born. Yeah, Marta was one.
Wow, I was born in '85. That's
Awesome.
sick, and you're just thrashing already.
Yeah, dude. We're
senior year.
Playing clubs at that point.
And you grew up. So you were born and raised in Dublin, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Same house. Still live there.
Same house. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And so what? That's the 280 and the 680, correct?
580, 680.
Boom. It's like right there, 30 minutes outside of Oakland.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
That's like the area for Bay Area thrash.
Like Berkeley was, San Francisco was happening at the time. Dublin was like suburbia. We were kind of separated from the hills. It's a valley. But Chuck Billy was from there. Zet from Exodus was from there.
Oh wow!
My cousin Troy Lucetta played in Tesla. He was from Dublin.
Nice.
Willie Lang, who was in Law's Rocket, and they were popular at the time. All from Dublin.
All for Dublin.
Yeah.
Well, what is it about that town? Just coincidence.
It was a coincidence. I think people like-minded that were driven to play music and stuff. And
did you guys go to the same high school?
Dublin High School, man. There's only one in town.
Dublin High School.
Yeah.
You're in high school with Chuck Billy.
No, he was older.
Older.
Me and Zet went to school together.
Oh, okay,
but
got it.
Chuck was
okay.
a couple years.
Is this
out of
your
high school.
high school
That's
here?
it. Yeah, that's all new.
There it is.
That's all new. I went there yesterday or on Sunday to see my son Wolf was in he takes a hip hop dance.
What a trip that is.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. And it was new because I was like, the school's different for the most part. The gym is the same, but they switched it up.
Yeah, it's always a trip driving by your old high school. You're like, it's a completely different building now. My high school is just a completely different building. It's just, there's a cage around it now. And it's like.
So what year did you graduate? Like early 2000s or something?
04.
04.
So long. So yeah, it's a while ago.
And then
21 years ago, dude.
When did you join Suicide Silence? When did that start?
02.
Wow, that's your high school band.
Sophomore year, high school band, yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
It's crazy.
So who was it?
There were some friends that went to Corona High School, and then we would go to Showcase. And eventually that's how I would meet Mitch and other members.
Gotcha.
Because Showcase is down the street from me.
Right.
Still.
That's awesome, man.
It's now it's going to be a gastro pub.
Okay.
It's going to open in a few months. It's been nothing for years, and it's finally going to be a thing. But yeah, I was just down. Went to high school with some friends. We went to Showcase, and I met. That's where I would meet like the
what is
Mitch.
That?
What is that place?
Dublin High School Gym. Holy shit! Nah, that's before me.
Dublin,
Georgia. Dublin, Georgia. What is that? Okay. Confederate flags flying from it.
Listening to Machine Head. Weird.
Oh yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. I watched the one you did with Rob. It was really good.
Oh, really?
Not the whole thing because it was pretty long.
Yeah, it was
but
long.
it's. I remember you on that tour, one of the tours we did together in 2009, and I remember that moment of you like, oh man, you got to play From This Day, or was that the song?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And I remember him coming in and saying, I think he's busting my balls, but he really wants to hear it, and so.
That was such a great gift. Thank you for doing that.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Cool.
I mean, that was his doing, but I always loved that song. I love that record. I loved the Burning Red when it came out. I was, I was out of the music scene for mid 90s. I kind of quit and was just got married and was doing.
Yeah. What did you end up doing after a Violent split?
Sean, the singer, quit. And so, I sang. We changed our name to, we were called Torque. And we put a record out with me singing on it, and it was the guys remaining from Violence. So it was basically Violence without Sean. And that was fun. We did a record. We did the Dynamo Festival in Holland and had it was a good time. And then it was just.
It was a quick cycle, correct?
Yeah, it was quick. And they didn't.
I'm seeing a timeline.
I don't think that they picked up there. Yeah, there it is. So Mark.
Yo.
Mark on the left he's a real close friend. And he jams with us in the Merkins and so he replaced Sean Perry in Violence, and then he ended up being in Technocracy with me, and he's just like kind of my right hand local drummer guy. But he played in Forbidden, he's played in Heathen, he played in
Legend.
Yeah, great,
fucking
great
ripper, dude.
Yeah, oh, that's insane. I had blonde hair there, dude. Bleached my hair blonde.
Dude, bleaching your hair sucks, dude. It fucking ruins your hair, man.
Yeah. What did you do? You were like purple or something?
Yeah, purple, and it just destroyed my hair. I'm like, never again, dude. I'm over it. Okay? So we're looking at
the Torque demo.
96.
Oh my God. And that was actually a photo shoot by our boy Mike.
94.
Mike Wasco just passed away. He took that picture, but Sean was actually in that picture, and we just cut him out.
Yeah.
Hey, we got these photos already.
Dude, we got to use the photos, dude.
I mean, that shows you what year it was. It's Biohazard shirt, and we were drop tuning. I saw Machine Head play a party, and they were like, "Oh, it sounds heavy." It's like so.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since he started that band, I wanted to be in the band. They were. I loved what they were doing, and it was just like, okay, we're drop tuning now, and we're a 4-piece, and we're grooving. And
yeah, so you always want to be a part of it, because my main question was actually, I was curious, like, why did Phil join that band? Because they were at the lowest point in their career, and you were getting over a failed marriage.
Yeah.
You both were like this low point. It's like, why would you join a band at the low points?
Because I didn't know it was the low point.
Oh,
and I didn't. I don't know if I would. It's not like I wasn't going to go if it was.
Explains it.
Because I knew that they weren't signed and they were working on shit. But it's all stuff that I don't know about, and it's just like they're handling their
wondering.
shit, and they know what they're doing, and they did. I trust those guys, and so I was just stoked to be playing gigs and being part of that band.
I was curious about that. Well, why did you join that? Because once I was doing a little deep dive, oh damn, what was he doing? Why did you join at that time?
Yeah, it wasn't like it's because there was a spot available, and I was free. I was like, because I filled in for them on they needed somebody on a 2-week European run. And I jokingly said to Adam on AOL Messenger or whatever it was at the time. And I said, hey, man, because I was practicing down the hall. I said, I'll just wheel my rig right over and join you guys. And he's like, well, why don't you do that? And I said, well, I'm kind of not kidding, but kind of kidding. But I might not be kidding, and it just worked out, Rob. Yeah, it was great. And it was great, man. It was magical when we played. It was really fucking cool.
You guys definitely had a chemistry.
Yeah.
And you even brought another dynamic to the band. Like you were like, you guys were like networking out there, hanging with people.
Yeah.
Really put like a good face.
I think that was maybe one of the aspects why he wanted me in the band was because of that. I was, because I was out being social. I was kind of.
It's important.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
So and I think that I brought, some awareness from different places to the band that might not have happened.
Yeah.
I think that I contributed in a lot of ways to that band. And it was such a good experience, and it was such a cool thing to have. I've had all these different musical lives, the Vio-lence thing, and then the Torque little thing, Technocracy was another thing that was happening that was cool, and then the Machine Head thing just gave me, all this opportunity that I'm doing now, and I am really thankful for that to have that opportunity.
And you're also contributing lyrics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, doing lyrics
on Ashes, not so much. I contributed some music and co-wrote a couple songs, but then on Blackening was when he came to me to, hey, got all these songs I need help with, open for that help, and so there's a lot of I didn't get, at that point the crediting thing was kind of more vague, and I contributed a lot to songs, words here or there or phrases here or there, but it wasn't enough to get a full writing credit or whatever. But then down the road we broke it down to percentages of like, hey, you contributed, you should get a credit,
Yeah.
And so Locust is when I really started contributing lyrics quite a bit.
Which ones?
The Locust concept was mine, that I brought forth the concept of people coming into your lives and just, consuming all of your resources, and then going flying to the next one.
A lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah. So I had, a lot of that going into my life at that time, and so that is probably the most personal record for me.
It makes sense. Whenever you dive into like a certain record, like someone will say something. Oh yeah, this was like a personal record for me. Like it always comes up, and like we'll talk about it naturally this record, but it always comes up. Oh, I was going through something.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, why does that have? It's always like that. It seems.
Oh my God! During the lyrics for Locust, me and Marta, every time there's a couple parts in that song where we would just look at each other and just. It's
sad, man.
It's heavy, and "Be Still and Know" was a Bible phrase that my grandmother had passed down, and I think I have it. There it is. "Be Still and Know" right here, and so that was contributed to those, darkest before the dawn type, Rob's concept, but helped in that sense. What are the other songs? I wrote almost all the lyrics in Pearls Before the Swine. Yeah. Just about addiction and just cool fucking adjectives. And what else is there? I Am Hell was I Am Hell was my concept. I had this idea about an arsonist, a pyromaniac, and if you were to steal their journal or have a look at their journal as they're going through their madness and descending into their insanity, what it would read like, and then Rob looked up that most of the arsonists or pyromaniacs or whatever were the women did their crimes out of passion, so he wrote it from this female perspective, which was cool as fuck. Those lyrics are really fucking good. That's that's the most I contributed to those. I didn't. This Is the End and Who We Are were songs that were already done, but Darkness Within. Like I said, I wrote the. Let's get down to Machine Head,
dude. Let's freaking riff, dude. I mean, after talking like that, I think it's time for a riff or two, dude.
Okay, I'm in this weird tuning, so I don't know that I can do. But I can show you the. So that's the riff that I hummed, and then I put it to these,
So people again, you are working construction. It's 4:30 a.m. You're waiting for the manager to open the fucking door, and it just comes out of nowhere. What you're just like waiting.
I'm just humming it. I'm humming a tune. I'm humming a tune, and something, and then because I do that a lot. Just think like a Billy Joel song I'll be singing along to, or something that's in my head, and then I was just like, oh, that's kind of cool, and then I have this device that I can just
it's a game changer,
and the Locust one was the same. I'm not in the drop tuning, and I haven't played these songs in fucking 6 years, so forgive me.
Appreciate it, Phil.
That's it, right?
That's it.
Then it goes to a harmony. That's the harmony. Fuck, I've not played this shit since. So yeah. There you go. So that's that one and the Darkness one were both. Waiting at an elevator and waiting for this guy to come let me into this building with my scaffold and all my tools on, and fucking.
It is boom. It's just
what? It's like oh
boom.
Oh, okay. Well, just give this, and for every one that's really good and a keeper, there's like 10 that aren't. Where you listen to them later, and it's just like no, just make some room. Don't even put that in a pile.
So were you humming something else first, like you said earlier, like a Billy Joel, and then so you start with like a song and then go into it, or just come out of nowhere?
It can be from anywhere. It could be because I'll sing jingles to my kids too, cool. or to even Marta at this time before the kids, but I'll just come up with I don't know, time to change the diap, we're gonna change the diap. Change the and that isn't one, but that's one that I just came up just now. But then in some of them are, hey, that's kind of the notes run together good, and little jingles.
So you'll write a jingle about changing diapers,
or whatever.
Boom, it's a riff.
Or picking up, picking up the popcorn. Riff, do a diaper riff.
Dude, we're writing diaper riffs right now, man.
So it just has to be natural, man. It's just got to flow. Diaper riffs. Got any diaper riffs?
Do you see? And you can't force it.
No, you can't. It's got to be something that, and when you've got a riff in your head where you go, oh yeah,
oh okay, oh shit,
right
there it is.
Yeah, there it is. Diaper riff. That's amazing.
Yeah, you're changing diapers and you got a riff. It's a diaper riff.
Change the diaper. And sometimes it's just a rock riff, and I'm rocking. I've got a slew of tunes that I'm gonna do a solo record, and I don't know when it's gonna happen or when I'll have time to do it. But it's gonna be like 3 to 4 songs at a time. There'll be fucking ballads. There's, we've got the whole studio set up at the house with me and Mara. She's got the synthesizer set up. We got the whole fucking shit set up. So we're going to, there's an idea to incorporate just different people to come play on them too. It's just going to be, let's see if they want to jam on this or whatever. But it's going to be thrash. There's going to be thrash tunes. There'll be metal songs. There'll be rock songs. There'll be, ballads.
You should do it, man.
Oh, it's gonna happen. I've started pieces.
Yeah,
I've started pieces. Do you want to hear some riffs?
Yeah.
Let's hear some riffs.
Dude,
I'm not
my
that,
life is sick, dude.
I'm not that I'm not that good at programming drums, but I've got the whatever the drummer, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? The program of the Easy Drummer. Thank you, Easy Drummer. Not so easy to say.
Exclusive riff.
Let's see what I got.
Dude, this is gonna be our first exclusive riff.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see what I got.
Do you have your phone backed up?
This is on Dropbox, so it's in the cloud.
Oh, you're clouded up. I'm not.
Yeah, check this one out. So this is something I don't even know what it's for. You know, it could be.
So you're just writing music.
Yeah, just writing music. Let's see what happens. Load up. It's in 7. That's 6. Oh, there's no keys on this one. So these are drums that I've programmed. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Might go to double time. Now it's an 8. There you go. That's the taste.
That's rad. Who are you gonna get to play drums on it?
I don't know. I got my boy Mark Hernandez plays on some stuff.
Yeah, you should definitely put it out.
Let me
People
one
love
more
music,
You
man.
want to hear one more?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else we got.
I'm here to just listen and rip, dude. I'm honed up.
No,
Oh, you're going chunky.
I got one with drums.
I wonder how that Sustainiac sounds with a chug.
Oh yeah, there's drums on this one. I'm so shitty at programming. If I find a beat that has the drums, the snare in the right spot. There you go. 2 parts.
Nice. That's freaking chunked up, dude.
Wow. How'd that go? Get out of this tuning.
And just like that.
Something like that.
Nice. Wow.
The what's the machine that
Whammy Flam?
That's in the right tuning. It was a Technocracy riff that Rob wanted to use for clenching the Fist of Descents.
Oh, wow.
Wherever the tuning's wrong, but I mean I like using the drum.
Yeah.
I got a riff that I want to use on something, but
That's sick.
something like that. That's kind of cool.
That's dope. I'm kind of horned up, dude.
Yeah.
I'm horned up, dude.
You're horned up.
That's it, dude.
I think I've ever heard that before.
Yeah, I'm fucking horned up, dude.
I like how you're talking, Chris Garza. I like how you're talking.
What's you have like especially throughout your like career, do you have like a favorite riff?
Favorite riff.
Because everyone always asks you, what are your favorite riffs? But there's something to like when you make it a single riff. Do you have one?
There's like Vio-lence riff.
Yeah.
For Vio-lence, there's a song called Phobophobia, and it was kind of a mid-pace riff that was that one. There's a riff in Torture Tactics that is, maybe you want to play this one with me because it's two-parter. So I'll play my part. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. Well played, sir. Well played.
Wow.
So now do it again, and then I'll show you what I do.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. See, one's going up, one's going down.
Oh, yeah.
You can watch it later.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
So
that was one of my favorite earlier riffs.
Yeah, I heard you talk about Phobophobia because that's the one that just it stays in your memory, right?
That was one that was kind of catchy, and it was always like the Vio-lence was always just playing so fast all the time and
super
thrash, super thrashy, and that was one of the more.
What was that first one again? It was more like chunky. It was like that's a sick riff. Was there a
batter pick?
Was there a like where were you at in like in your age in your life?
I think I was
when you wrote that.
I think I was 19.
19?
19. Yeah, there was a couple of parts when I wrote that that it had a stop in it that I just stopped playing because I was writing the riff.
Yeah.
And I gave it to Perry, our drummer, and he just ended up stopping with me. And then he came back in, and so it's like, no, there's not a stop. Well, it's kind of cool, so we'll just keep it.
Keep the stop.
And then I went back into it. It's like, oh yeah, let's keep that. That's kind of a cool little spot where you shouldn't have stopped.
Just came from the soul.
Yeah. I mean, man, the late '80s, there was so many things happening in the Bay Area.
You're in it, dude.
Yeah,
you're just in it.
We were watching Exodus become what they were becoming. We watched Metallica become what they were. We saw them play in the clubs. They did this. They've always been super cool at this. They did this kind of unannounced show at these smaller clubs, and just people just all over the place. They are the people's band, man. They always have been, and they still remain that. So watching that all grow, watching Legacy become Testament, become the monster that they are and still are.
Still doing it.
Yeah, it's crazy. There was like this incredible competition of, all these lower tier bands, trying to fight, Forbiddens and Heathens and,
Yeah, how was the competition level there? Was it healthy? Was your standard healthy and plus a little bit?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was healthy, but there was beef. There was beef, and I think that we had beef with everybody at one point. Not like the older bands, like Exodus and Legacy or Testament, who were clearly above us. I mean, Death Angel at that point too. They were, but we felt like we could hold our own with any of them, and that a lot of them didn't want us playing right before them. The band brought it live for sure, and we had that cult.
Yeah.
Kind of Slayer fan mentality where they were just like fucking violence, you know. And, And you know, in the Bay Area, everywhere else, LA a little bit, but you know, anywhere else, we never really broke outside of the Bay Area.
It really started there, huh? It really there's something that's.
Yeah.
What was it?
That's a Stone.
The Stone, SF, San Francisco, 87.
Look at that fucking stage right Randy Rhoads guitar. Look how high I'm wearing it. So Rob losing his mind. He headbangs so hard. Just moshing on stage and everybody out of chords and fucking. Ooh.
Do you remember the show?
I think I'm. Yeah, it was one of the early headline shows that we did. I think I'm tuned lower. Yeah, that's a half step higher.
That was the sound.
So you were talking.
That was the sound.
So we were talking about what today is earlier, and then it was like my son's birthday. And,
oh yeah.
And today is the 37th birthday for Eternal Nightmare, our first record. Came out 37 years ago today.
37 years ago, man.
Pretty awesome.
Riffing.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, look at those dudes.
Oh my, this is.
Look at the bangs.
There's something about thrash and bangs, huh?
Yeah.
It was just, I mean.
I couldn't grow my hair. I mean, my mom said as long as it's out of my face, you know. So I had the mullet because I cooked at a Sizzler. I was a cook at a Sizzler.
Oh, you had a Sizzler? Yeah, dude.
So as long as I had it out of my face, then she was okay with it.
That is the loophole of having long hair.
Yeah.
You just
I had the mullet, man.
You had a mullet?
Yeah. It was growing out a little bit there, but I had the bangs.
Oh, you got
crazy. I had a size medium shirt there too.
Medium shirt.
That ain't happening now.
No, I tried. It's a distant dream.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm telling my girlfriend, you know what? I'm gonna get a 6-pack. After a day, I'm like, fuck that, dude. I'm over it.
I'm going down to the corner and getting a 6-pack.
Yeah. So actually, no. I changed my mind. I'm gonna get a large shirt instead.
Oh yeah, there you go.
XL shirt now.
You just decided.
Oh, God, it's tough. It's tough. Dude, the bangs were a thing, dude.
Bangs were a thing.
Banged up.
Yeah.
We're in a working at Sizzler.
We're in a junkyard there in San Francisco, and a bunch of vehicles were there, and we had just like destroyed so many windshields. And Perry with the like Venice Beach shirt or something like that. Sean would always give him shit about like, your shirts say nothing, Perry. Like truck stop shirts, you know, where it's not even like Rob's wearing a Voivod shirt, you know, and what is Venice Beach? It's pink, I think. I think there's pink on there. What are you wearing?
Is
that pink? I can't tell.
Is that pink? Yeah, it is pink.
Calling you out, Perry.
Dude, that is
say nothing shirts.
That is pinked up, dude, for sure.
Fun.
What's your favorite memory from this time period? Because you know, there's a lot of people like me that are, you know, just weren't around during that time.
Right. I mean, I just think that the Bay Area at that time, there was 3 or 4 or 5 clubs going on, and you can go to metal shows like just every night of the week. And there was a core 200-300 people. It was like, oh, there's a show tonight. We're gonna go support local bands.
Yeah.
So it was a really cool scene, and
nice.
I just, it's, you know, times change with everything, but having been a part of that and seeing it all, I think I was right. My age was right in the good blend of catching, you know, you missed a lot of the really early Metallica stuff and Exodus stuff, but caught the tail end of all of it to see it all the way through, and watch the whole Bay grow in that sense. So, and it's, you know, it's awesome seeing these guys that are still playing, and Exodus still selling out over here and doing their thing, and yeah, it's really cool.
It just shows the staying power.
People still love it too, man. People still dig it.
Well, now more than ever.
Is that Houston? Yeah, that's in Houston.
More than ever right now.
Because we all had our Z-Rock shirts.
Z-Rock?
Bangs. Sean with the bangs. We played with. See, we're moving, man.
Dude,
look at those young guys.
You guys are rocking, dude. You guys were rocking, dude.
We played with Overkill, Testament, and Nuclear Assault at this show. Pretty awesome.
Dude, you guys are fucking rocked. You're freaking rocked up, dude. Oh my, it's like a fucking. There's nothing better than seeing a band that's headbang hard as fuck, dude. Still, it gets me going. That's it.
Yeah. A lot of bangs. And Dean, so the bass player started. See, he's got his head shaved on the sides.
Yeah.
This is like he was one of the first people in our area to do it, and Newstead took it on. And
oh shit, it became like a thing.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Dean was he was a trendsetter, man. He was a cool fucking dude. I think I'm wearing an Evil Dead shirt too. And we're playing with them on Monday.
He's banged up. Oh yeah, so you have your first show.
Yeah.
So this comes out on Monday. So technically, if you're listening, watching, it's happening today.
All right.
So,
okay.
So first show, man.
At the Whiskey tonight.
Yeah.
First show. We, me and
Category 7.
Category 7. John Bush singing. Mike Orlando on guitar. Have you seen him play guitar?
No. Ripping.
He's the fastest guitar player I've ever seen.
Really?
Fastest guitar
Oh, you're saying that. I'm scared.
He's fucking quick. Like, how are you playing this? Yeah. Pulled up a Mike Orlando solo. Jesus Christ. Jason Bittner on drums.
From Charles Fall.
And Jack Gibson from Exodus on bass.
Nice.
So
dude.
we did this record. I recorded at my studio at home. And so it's kind of done remotely. Yeah, that's him. Watch this shit.
Oh, shit.
Until he gets going.
And it's clean that the gain's not that high, dude. Oh, wow.
What are you doing?
How is he playing that?
He's insane.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, right?
What the fuck?
It's like, hey, Mike, can I solo first? I don't want to follow that shit.
I always get the first solo.
And tasty vibrato. What are you doing? Nobody does that.
He's in the other zone right now. The zone I didn't even know existed. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Good old Mike Orlando. Love you, Mike Orlando. Yeah, so we didn't.
Wow.
I flew back to Bittner's house. He lives in upstate New York, and we wrote one song together. We had a writing. It's like we need to write a song. I would need to get in a room with a couple of you guys at least,
Yeah,
So, and we did. We came up with a song that ended up on the record. And so yesterday was the first time that we jammed really as a group.
Wow.
And no Jack yet. Jack isn't here yet. And then Bush came today. So today was the first day that the four of us have played. And Jack doesn't get here till Sunday night. So we'll have one rehearsal with Jack before we do the show.
Oh my goodness! Well, you guys have a record.
We have a record, yeah.
Wow.
But we've never played as a 5. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, so you guys weren't kidding when you said live debut.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
It's also a debut for us too. It's my first.
Yeah, it's exciting. I love the songs. It's metal. It's rock, metal. I mean, and Bush writes the hooks. The songs are super hooky.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool that it's two separate things, And see how it does. We're gonna do the Headbangers Boat this year.
Oh, that's me sick.
And
we've always wanted to do something like that.
And then we have a show the night before. It's like the pre-party or so. So we're
pre-party.
It's exciting. We're doing the pre-party, bro.
Are you gonna drink there?
You're on a cruise ship.
I know. What do you do?
But you know what? I did Shiprocked. So the first time I did Shiprocked, I did it with Lamb of God because I was playing.
Yeah, freak.
I was a fucking Lamb of God.
How much time did you have to learn?
I had some time with that.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you remember, they went out with Megadeth on as right after things opened up with COVID, and they did a tour with Megadeth.
Yeah.
And
remember that.
So they had like their bullpen set up just in case somebody got sick. So I was like one of their bullpen guys to learn. I learned Mark and Willie stuff back then.
Yeah, they had people in the bullpen
So, oh my God, this is Redneck in the Rain. Jesus Christ.
That's sick. In the rain, dude. Let's go.
It was dumping. And so I was more prepared for this. I learned Mark and Willie's side, but then a little bit after, John had to be home and he was going to miss a couple shows, and so I ended up playing bass for them for 3 shows.
Fuck, dude.
It's weird because all these bands, I did the same for Testament. I went out with Testament for a couple weeks because Alex had something come up. So all these bands have their language that they speak, because they're like drop D. They're drop tuning. So they got their box that they work in and that they write in. Slayer's got their own Mandarin Chinese language, that they write in.
Oh shit.
So it was just pissing rain, dude. It was, but then Lamb of God, Testament has theirs too. So I filled in for Overkill, and so Overkill, you're learning all these languages as you're playing, and it just makes you such a better player too, because you need to understand how all these, they use different like voicings for chords and stuff too. So you learn your hands got to go this way for certain things too. So it's been a blessing, dude, to be able to do all this different shit.
Yeah, how do you learn their language then?
I've got some trusted guys that I go to on YouTube who have done the homework that that are playing them right. Yeah. There's some tab sites that I work with too, and then you watch how they play it on some videos and discern by your ear that's like, I don't think that note is right or something. And then you can find different ways to play it that's more comfortable for you. Because like Willie Adler, he is a freak, man.
Yeah.
It's funny that him and Mark said that they both have said that they will try to outdo each other with riffs. Like, hey, well, do you think that one's hard? I'll come up with this other fucked up riff to you.
Yeah.
So they're
healthy competition.
They're incredible, man. They are such a good.
He has the weirdest picking style thing
he does.
I've ever seen.
But he's great. He's great and clean, and they're such a cool fit together. The way that they write, and
so I got 2 questions. So you played with again like the list. You played with all these great bands, the best on the planet. What was like what was the hardest gig for you? Hardest songs, hardest riffs.
Some of the Slayer stuff was hard because I didn't know the songs, and so they're all difficult, man. None of this shit is easy. I played a non-point for a couple shows too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I know that.
Yeah, early on, I did a couple shows with them on the West Coast. They were opening for POD, and I love that band. So it was such a cool thing for me to be able to play with them, and so playing with them, and that wasn't easy. Testament was hard because I'm learning Alex's solos, and there's just some of them that I just don't have the capacity to do, but I can play his melody lines the best that I can, but from a music standpoint, it was the easiest because I was so familiar with the material. Like I knew the tunes, I knew the structure, I knew when stuff was coming up. So it's just learning the parts, not the songs.
Yeah.
Some of the Lamb of God stuff was just fucked up, riff wise. That I locked in with the Testament guys, and I will say that with confidence that Testament, Overkill, Slayer, Lamb of God, that I locked in with those guys, and I could tell they were feeling that it wasn't this huge drop off. Of course, there's the personality of the playing and replacing a member. It's not, but there was like that they had felt that
I felt it. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that it was not a step down in that department to where it was like really lacking or whatever. So
yeah, we're locked in, dude.
The Slayer was tough because of I was just playing. I look at all the shit that's going on behind you. There's just fucking flames and kabuki drops and you know, and I'm just like, don't fuck it up. This one's 7, and then this one's on the 3rd fret, and you know, because I would say Slayer was the hardest because that's not conventional keys, you know, chord progressions. They're all over the place. You know, they are all over the place. It's half-step mania, and you know,
half-step mania.
Yeah, it is Mandarin Chinese, bro. It's like, whoa, but it makes sense. You know, when you listen to it sonically and musically, it all makes sense.
What's the hardest Slayer riff for all the riffers that might want to learn?
It's the hardest Slayer riff. I mean, there's some stuff that's just fast.
Is this fast?
Yeah, like it's
just fucking horned up.
Yeah, it's just fucking it's quick, and I don't know if I could just pop into fucking Slayer riffs right now. Fucking
sick. And then.
You know, it's just quick. Chemical Warfare is hard because it's half-step mania, man. There's just fucking riff after riff after riff. I don't know if I could play fucking Chemical Warfare without. No, I'd have to think about it.
Oh, that riff,
yeah, that's fucking hard.
That's a weird riff.
Especially coming in and cold.
That's weird. That is.
And even... some of the At Dawn They Sleep, you know, it's just weird counting, and it's geometry. I think it's more geometry with them.
Weird.
So where you're here, and if it's comfortable getting to, I think that, you know, Jeff and Kerry were more, it just makes sense being in a box here and finding the weird notes in the box. Even harmonies that were weird.
It's weird.
Yeah, they're fucking weird.
Wow. I never really put the two together. Yeah, it just looks weird too.
Yeah. Great band, man. Super powerful.
When you have like a go-to warm up.
Yeah, I do.
There's like so many different styles. You have like a go-to like.
This my buddy Brian Smith showed me this thing, and it's not even a warm up with your hands, but it's you put your hands, you know, kind of like this, and then you're moving these two. You go bam, 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 and then you move these two. Bam, 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 and then these two. Bam, 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 and then these two. This one's hard.
Oh my
like
goodness.
That. So it improves the dexterity, and it gets your fingers, you know, used to doing this movement, because, you know, your third and your fourth finger together, they want to stay together as much as possible.
Yeah.
So it's getting that independent, you know, this one, like that. It frees them up, and then I do the Vinnie Moore, the.
I like that warm up too.
Or backward.
I've had actually.
Vinnie Moore does that. I think Rob did that one forever. I saw him do it.
I've actually had guitar players tell me to not do that, and I don't listen.
Why not?
I don't know. Like, it's not like this. Where my dude, this feels good to do. Yeah,
it's that independent movement of your fingers. It's helped me out a lot. I don't know. I'm glad I was doing it.
I don't give a shit. You and Robert Goat, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
Don't do that.
You don't do that.
All the fucking pyro going on there is like, I'm just, fuck it. Don't fuck up.
What are some of the, what are the fun ones? Like what is like your funnest gig? Like when do you have like, oh, I'm having a lot of fun right now.
Shit, the Merkins gigs are great because it's all cover tunes and everybody's drunk and there's,
there is something to say about that.
The non-point was fun because I loved the music and I loved the dudes. And,
yeah, that's awesome.
And it was more of a rock trip for me. It wasn't so metal, and it was like a different crowd. So it was like, that was a super fun gig for me. I did one of the hardest gigs for me was I was a stowaway on the Shiprocked. And I don't know if there's any video of this, but I did my buddy Tyson Leslie. I was doing so you're stowaway. You're just doing jamming. I did like a Kid Rock song and I did Marilyn Manson song. You're just part of the all-star thing. Jason Hook and they bring people on called the Stowaways and you're like the all-star band and you jam. My buddy Tyson Leslie, he's a keyboard player for Vixen actually, but he's a Nashville guy.
Yeah,
plays piano. He sings. He could do the Beat It solo while he's singing. He's just an incredible guitar player, just an incredible musician. And we're riding the bus over, and I'm all, hey, what are you doing? He's like, I'm doing some songs with Corey Glover from Living Colour.
Yeah.
And I said, well, yeah, if you need anybody to help jam, he's like, yeah, we're doing a set. If you want to, here's the set list, and I got it. Let me show you what we did. So it's just me and Corey Glover. Tyson's playing the keys. I've got my quad, and we're in the atrium, which is just like a little bird cage in the middle of the ship.
Yeah.
And this guy, Jack Ivins, I forget who he plays drums with, some country chick. And so he's on a little trap kit. There's barely room for him in this thing. And so it's fucking Corey Glover, dude. And fucking glasses. He gives me these songs, and they're not, it's not fucking War Pigs. It's Superstition by Jeff Beck, but it's a Stevie Wonder song. No superstition.
Oh yeah.
Well, Tumbling Dice by the Rolling Stones. Reelin' in the Years by Steely Dan. Steely Dan. Incredible musicians. Wanted Dead or Alive, Bon Jovi, knew that one. Wild World by Mr. Big.
Nice.
Creep by Radiohead.
Of course.
Purple Rain. Mississippi Queen. Hotel California. That's not a solo that you can just ad lib.
Yeah.
So I don't think I was drinking on the boat. But because I was in my cabin just woodshedding this set.
Really?
And learning this Hotel California solo, note for note, bend for bend. Exactly. I couldn't play it now because the hard drive only has so much space. But that was like, not drinking. I'm not going to drink on this cruise. I'm going to be sober on this. And this is like, could be a super defining moment. And, oh yeah, that's it.
Is this it?
Yeah, that's not with Corey Glover, but that's the Stowaways. Awesome.
That's rad. Playing Manson?
Yeah.
Nice.
Look, I'm wearing the same shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Davey sees that. So these guys, Ben Eller and Andy Wood on guitar, and Ben's playing bass. He's the guy who just filled in for Mastodon.
Oh, really?
On that thing.
Yeah.
How the lights go out.
At 9, it's 9 p.m.
But he's an incredible guitar player, dude. He can play anything. I did a gig with, it's called Hail. It's like a kind of all-star cover thing. It was me and James Lomenzo, Chris Adler, and Zet singing, and we did Tornado of Souls. And he broke down the Tornado of Souls solo on this little tutorial, and that saved me. So I was able to learn that solo. That was a great song. I don't know if I could play it. You edit it out if I do shitty?
Of course.
I don't even know. Something like Yeah. See, that's fucking sort. Something like that. Forgot it. It's fucking hard, right?
It looks insane.
It's fucking hard. Like picking it up off the cuff. Marty Friedman. He's not real.
He's a freaking freak.
Yep.
Yeah, playing Manson probably is a little bit easier, right?
Yeah, that was easy.
It's a little bit easier.
Totally easy.
So you're obviously a big Kiss fan. You're in the Kiss Army, from what I
don't remember if I ever actually joined the Kiss Army. I had we had a swimming pool at the house.
Yeah.
And underneath the deck was our fort. You know, I made a fort under there.
Yeah.
And we called it the Kiss Army. Like, you know, that was our spot where I would rip off fucking that's what we took. We had it. And I would rip off
$5 a year.
That's insane.
That's good. Wow. I didn't know this was actually real.
I would steal porno mags from the 7-Eleven down the street from my house.
Fuck yeah, you did, dude.
And we'd take them there, and we have them in there, and I'd like stealing cigarettes, and we'd like smoke cigarettes. I think we were like 12, 10, or 11 or something, super young, like fucking
smoking cigarettes.
Look at the porn.
Already stealing porno mags.
I was bad ripping off shit, dude.
Okay, Phil, what's it like to steal a car?
So
and then you will play Heaven and Hell.
Oh my God, yeah.
On the car that How do you steal a freaking car?
In Dublin, I mean, it's a nice suburban town in the 70s and late 70s. Yeah, early 80s. And people leave their keys in the car. You know, the windows are down, and we would just go out looking for, here's one, you know, hop on.
You go out looking for the cars. Oh yeah.
So we had
with the brand new porno mag.
there was an El Camino that I was a freshman, and it was an El Camino, and the guy let this, and I was driving it to school as a freshman. Yeah. And I was 14, 15 years old, and picking up my buddies, and they're in the back, you know, because it's the no seatbelt law at this point, and
no seatbelt law.
Yeah, kind of like that. It was like the one in the middle. That one. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, that was the year. And it had the registration on the visor, you know, and he lived a block or two over from the school. So we would go by his house, and we'd open his garage door with a garage door opener and fucking take off. Fucking fearless. Yeah. And then we had Heaven and Hell, and listening to that. I told Dio that too.
You told him?
Yeah. Well, I used to listen to that record in the stolen car, and then he proceeded to tell me
he stole cars as well.
His stories about being the getaway driver. For people ripping off stores and stuff. He was the getaway driver.
How old were you?
I was 14, 15.
Still an El Camino.
Yeah. We took a Nova. The guy down the street from me had a Jeep that had a bunch of beer in it, had a fucking 357 Magnum in it too, you know, and we were cranking the first Motley Crue record and cruising by the drive-in in the Jeep Cherokee. And they found it because we'd ditch them somewhere on some side street.
I was going to ask you, then what's the end game? Do you ditch it somewhere? Do you bring it back?
We ditch it, and then we'd use it again, but they found it, but I still had the key, so we stole it again.
What?
We went back and
took it again.
The El Camino, I parked at the end of my block because I was taking it to school. You know, I didn't want to walk a bunch before school, and one of my neighbors saw me and told my dad, and my dad, ex-cop.
Oh.
So he took it and called from a payphone, said, "Hey, son stole a car. It's located here." You know, from a payphone. This was the early 80s, so they weren't tracing anything then. And so, yeah. Don't let your mom know.
That's kind of lucky.
Yeah, it was lucky.
You're like, I need to steal this car and go to Gemmo.
Man, Gemco, yeah.
And give my first guitar.
I was playing guitar by then.
Really?
I was playing guitar. I was in. Was I in a band yet? My first band was called On Parole, and it was.
You almost were on parole.
Yeah, almost. And it was the guys that jam with me in the Merkins are the guys that I jammed with in high school. Yeah, same dudes playing some of the same Def Leppard and fucking covers that we did back then. Judas Priest and straight
up stole cars. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, that's a different time.
It is, huh?
It's a different time. I was bad. I would steal a bunch of shit when I was young. Bike parts, music, Floyd Roses, and if it wasn't, I was taking it. It was fucking bad, and I think I stopped when I got into construction, and on job sites I had some tools stolen. And I'm like, hey man,
the karma came back.
That don't feel good.
Whoa, wow,
this sucks.
Wow.
So I think that I just kind of. That's when I was just like, hey, it's the juju. It's bad juju. It's not good. So.
How old are you when you got the tool stolen?
I think I might have been. Started maybe 19 or 20.
It's a good run.
Yeah, it was a good run. I got lucky.
Almost a decade.
I got lucky, man. Didn't get, I was good.
Fuck,
I was good.
That is lucky. I mean, what was the crime rate back then?
It wasn't. No, not in Dublin. Man, Dublin is, pretty.
It's chill.
I think we had a murder and, maybe there was a couple back then, but I don't know. Are you checking out the crime rate? Fucking, this is awesome.
I was curious. Because you're able to freaking steal cars, dude. During the 80s.
There was one of the Netflix, there was a special and it was the one that happened up in Richmond. I guess you're not from there, so you don't know. Where the girl she came to SoCal and she was kidnapped by this guy and they let her go and I don't know, but the Dublin cops found her. I forget what that one was called.
Specific incident.
No, that's not it. No.
The murder of Harv.
Yeah, McCall character. Fucking Eileen Mishaloff. That was sad. Missing. Her parents were still looking for her, man. That's fucking sad.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Looks like we can't find much.
No, there's not a lot.
So I guess that's a good sign.
My buddy.
It's a good sign. We can't really find much.
One of my best friends, Brian Snyder. His dad was the first mayor. He just passed away too, Pete. God bless you. But he's the first mayor, so the mayor's son. Had a good run. It's a great town, dude. I'm never leaving.
Born, raised, still there.
Never leaving, man.
Dude, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to stay in the same fucking town, dude. Trying to stay there. I love it, dude. It's cool.
That is. It is. It's awesome.
And yeah, because you're born there. Like, I love it here.
Yeah.
How do we figure it out?
I bought my parents' house in 2004. 2003?
Mm-hmm.
2004. And so they had the tax laws. I got grandfathered in on this Proposition 13, so my property taxes are super low because I got grandfathered in. So it's like, it's going to cost me a bunch just to go somewhere. Plus, I love where we're at. I've made our house I've redone every room and the backyard. In COVID, when the shelter in place went down, they closed our bar. And so I stopped drinking. I said, well, we're shut down. I'm not going to, I started, and this is probably it was 19, right?
Yeah. 2020?
Was it 20 when everything shut down?
Yeah.
Okay.
March 2020.
Yeah. So I started digging out my backyard. We had a retaining wall that I took out. I ended up moving about 96 cubic yards of concrete and dirt by hand. Demolition hammer, breaking it up, but shoveling it, putting it in, lifting up the wheelbarrow.
You are the name.
You
are your name.
I will,
You are your name.
There's crazy, there's the amount that it was, and you see piece by piece. When I got through this section that was at this. There's a redwood stump down, and it was just this myriad fucking labyrinth of roots that I had to just chainsaw through and get through. It was therapy for me. It was therapy breaking up all this concrete and old footings and digging through these tree roots and building this fence. I built a 10-foot high retaining wall and with the fence on top of it too. So I'm knocking down a section and digging it out, and then I'm digging the fucking holes and I'm pouring the posts and I'm picking up the lumber and fucking pretty much by myself, you know. And that was my quarantine, was building that wall. And I built a fucking wall, bro.
You built, well, now it's a protection wall probably now.
Yeah.
But it must be so like just rewarding just to look out. Like I made that with my bare hands.
It was, you know, I sat, I think Marta had grabbed a picture of it, but I sat in the final corner when it was down and I just fucking bawled my eyes out and just fucking let it all go at that point and just, you know, it felt really fucking accomplished, you know, and I moved a mountain, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and some nights it was like you're doing a section, and you just fucking, you step outside of yourself and you just let it all just kind of flow through you and purge out whatever you're feeling at the time. And I don't really know entirely what I was, you know, trying to let go of at that time, but it was every swing of that fucking hammer and every, you know, throwing these big metal bars and breaking up concrete by hand, you know. And Marta too, she was out there doing some shit too. She's like built this beautiful garden in our backyard, and she's done the same thing, you know. Wow. We've really built this insane and cool spot for our family. Wow. Really lucky, man.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you didn't know what you were trying to let go of, which is something.
At that point, I did. I had a lot of stuff I still needed to work out with, you know, leaving Machine Head.
Yeah.
And, you know, unfortunately, it took me a while to get to a point of being, and I have such a strong and inherent need for justice. Mm-hmm. And vigilante justice sometimes, you know. It's like that I have a hard time letting go of stuff. And with that, it took me, you know, and wrong or right, and my thoughts looking back, you know, it's, you know, I'm responsible for a lot of my own feelings in that sense. And it took me a bit, but, you know, I eventually got there, and I'm, you know, moved on, not carrying anything, and, you know, feel good about everything. And
very healthy.
Yeah, it's been good to kind of come to a spot, and not easy.
No.
You know, it's not, and it's, you know, in hindsight, and when I got to the spot, it's just like, dude, this is mostly your doing, you know.
Wow.
Of, you know, this is on me talking to myself, that this is, you've done this to yourself, and you need to, you know, forgive yourself, but also move on. And once I was able to do that, and, you know, wow. I mean, I haven't been in everything. I wasn't, you know, I can't say I was treated horribly, or it was just time to move on in that sense. And, you know, and I don't even know where I'm going with this. But I think forgiving myself and owning what I did wrong in that situation allowed me to, you know, to move on from it.
Move on and actually let go.
Let it go. Yeah.
Not a lot of people even get there.
Well, yeah.
They just hold on to whatever they just fucking hold on to it.
Yeah. I did for a long time.
Poison.
I did, and it was really
poison for
bad.
your fucking flesh, man.
Yeah, and it was, you know, poisoning myself.
You're poisoning yourself. That's what people don't realize, man. You poison yourself.
Yeah.
And it manifests in different ways.
Yeah.
arguments with your wife or something, or who knows?
Yeah, something bad.
Anything.
It's bad energy and
And you're fucking just carrying it, dude.
yeah.
It feels like you're carrying like something.
Yeah.
Congrats, man. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's
and
awesome.
It's good to not feel that anymore. And
Yeah.
feel healthier, you know. Probably a lot better to be around.
Yeah. Yeah, you just let go, and then you're naturally just more positive.
Uh-huh. For sure.
That's a big takeaway. You are poisoning yourself. Damn.
I did.
Save you, Phil.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for that. It's really cool to see you talk about different areas of your life, and you look good. Like you look like you process things healthy, and
Thanks,
it's
man.
awesome, man.
Yeah. I'm
Not a lot of people get there.
getting old, man. I gotta be around to see my kids graduate high school.
Yeah.
Got a 4-year-old at home.
Fuck, I
Needs his
know.
dad around. And I'm healthy for the most part. You know, my labs are good. Everything's good. Got a few aches and pains here. Went through a vertigo thing for a minute, you know, and had my crystals reset, you know. And
Had a boy. Had a boy.
so it's a big deal. But for the most part, it's just if I could just, you know, the booze is, you know, I don't want to say it's easy for me to not drink, but it's kind of easy for me to just not drink. It's hard for me to not. It's hard for me to not drink fucking cherry Coke.
Oh yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to not eat shitty convenient food.
Yeah.
That's difficult for me. So if I could do that, then, you know, the midsection can go away a little bit. You know, get back into
That's daily struggle.
the medium shirt. No, I'll never be a medium. But you know what I'm saying.
Some things you gotta
days-
truly accept.
Those days, I'm okay being a large right now.
Atta boy. I was gonna ask you, did you figure out your heart condition?
Yeah, I mean, it's vasovagal. It's a vasovagal syndrome or something like that. It's your vasovagal nerve is on your heart, and if it's not operating, functioning correctly, it can make you pass out. So it's vasovagal syncope. SYN. Yeah, there you go. There it is. Does that say anything about stress?
Yeah, because you're probably going through like a stressful time.
There you go.
Yeah, because we were here. I'm like, dude, what's wrong with Phil, man?
Yeah.
And no one knew what the hell was going on. Everyone just assumed that he's just dehydrated.
Yeah.
But there's an actual.
No, that's what was happening, and it was, you know, it happened like over the, you know, before and like in the 90s, happened a few times, and it's kind of weird. It happened on stage, and it was during, you know, a song about death and dealing with death, and I'd think of it. My dad was at home and declining. He was on dialysis and stuff like that, and it happened on stage during the song, and
So weird.
And we got nominated for a Grammy, and I called home to, hey, your parents have a Grammy nominee, you know, whatever, and I didn't hear back, and then the next morning, my sister called me. I was like, call home, you know, and my dad had passed away.
Oh, no.
And so Dave McClain was like, when did this happen? You know, what time or whatever? And I was like, fuck, we've got a show we're playing in Zurich. And I said, put the pieces together, and it's like, oh, it's 9 hours before dialysis. He got out of dialysis, went to his car, and just put the keys on the dashboard and just just died in the parking lot. And so we put the time together, and it was when I was, you know, when I passed out. Yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty fucking pretty amazing, you know. It was like to get that final goodbye.
Fuck, man.
But that was when it happened.
Wow.
And so then I had a couple other episodes. It was weird because it was happening on stage and not on stage. But, you know, a lot of stress going on. I lost my dad, going through a custody battle with my 19-year-old son that was pretty gnarly. So it was, you know,
Caught up.
a lot going on. And it hasn't happened in a bit, you know, so it's like.
Yeah, because you talked
There's no-
earlier, like you're running 15 miles.
Yeah, well, I have the one time, but
Yeah,
I can.
that's crazy.
Yeah, but it's not. Is that my backyard?
And you feel good?
Oh, there's Magnus. Yeah, and things are good. Things are good. Health wise, it's
good to
good,
hear,
man. The heart rate's it's always been low, but it's. I'm good, healthy. I got a young wife. Got to be around.
Yeah. Well, Phil, you got a lot more years in you.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Right on, man.
And maybe I might be there when you have your next drink.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm not scared. I'm not gonna. I'm not like.
I'm not scared, dude. Yeah. Do you have a good circle of like supportive friends?
I do, man.
Oh, good.
This. We started having these Taco Tuesdays with our neighbors and our friends, and it just having friends over for tacos. It's like a midweek get together with your friends.
Oh, cool.
And it turned into we're holding these these charity things, the Merkin shows, and I have to rent out a hall, so I got to charge admission, but we don't want to make any money, so we give it to a charity.
Yeah.
And so we came up with our own nonprofit, which is this Taco Tuesday Gives Back.
Sick.
And so we've got a nonprofit going, so we're holding these things. We'll get a 25, 30 grand a year, at our Christmas shows to give to. It's usually a local needy person.
Oh, that is rad, man.
And it's great, man. The shows are we hold them at the community center. We'll do like the summer show. We'll do at the bar, but then the Christmas show we hold at the community center, like 2 blocks from my house. It's in a park, and it holds like 300 people, and that's when we pull in the big guests, and it's so fun, dude. If you could ever come up, you'd have the best time.
Yeah, it sounds like fun.
It's super fun, and the community's really just all good people. It's just such a positive vibe. You ask anybody, Wayne from Hatebreed jams with us.
Nice.
And it's just this whole group of just awesome people, just playing cover tunes and just barbecuing and drinking and hanging out.
Nice.
I do have a great circle,
good.
man. It takes a village, and I love my village.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you gotta have a solid circle.
For sure.
Phil, you have any closing thoughts, man?
No, dude. It's thanks for having me on. I'm
honored.
really,
thank you, man, for chilling.
Yeah. It was
cool. And riffing too.
Yeah. Being down here and admiring your quad and
Quad bros, dude.
Quad bros. Thanks for having me, dude. It's really cool what you've got going on, and it's stoked to be here, man.
Thank you.
Category 7 tonight at the Whiskey, right?
Yeah. So I was going to say, where do you want people to go? Where can people find you and the band?
The band, like online. Where do we go? At Category 7.
Cool.
The Kerry King Band, at Kerry King, and at the Back Lounge, the bar in Dublin. If you're ever up in Dublin, come by the bar, sign our drums for us.
Nice.
We'll get you up there.
Yeah. I'll be there.
Yes.
I'll be there drinking though.
Yeah. Well, I might be right next to
you. I'll be fucking chugging and drinking, dude.
All good. Thanks for having me, man.
Phil,
appreciate you.
Honor, man. All right, everyone. That's it. Later.